Good morning, people. Welcome to my channel, where we are continuing the Ganapathi Sahasranama. Now we are in verse number 112 from the last one, taking off from the last one. I want to cover quite a bit of ground, so let's just jump right into it. Sakshi samudra mathana swayam vedya swadakshinaha Swatantra satya sankalpa samaganarata sukhi. Ganapathi as the witness or the observer. Sakshi in Sanskrit means one who witnesses. It's a great concept of Vedic astrology and Vedic tradition and knowledge. Witness, the soul as the witness. Samudra Mathana, the churning of the ocean. It's an event. You can Google it in text. What is Samudra Manthan? Apparently, the gods and demons decided to churn the ocean of creation and get out the Amrut or the divine nectar, which makes a person immortal, the Devic entities. It's a whole another story. I'll leave it at that. You want to Google Samudra Manthan, go ahead. Swayam Vidya, self-knowable or self-revealing. Swayam, Swa means person, self. Vidya means one who has knowledge of the self. Swadakshinaha, bestower or blessings or giver of boons. Ganapathi is the giver of boons. Swatantra, Swatantra means independent, self-governing or independent. Satya Sankalpa, Samaganarata Sukhi, one who is with true or unwavering intentions, one who is delighting in the chanting of Samaveda or being absorbed in the singing of hymns. Sukhi, one who is happy. Number 113. Hamso hastipisha chisho havanam havyakavyabuku havyam hutapriyo hristo hrileka mantra madhyaga. Okay. The swan. Hamsa means the swan. Hasti Pishachi. Pishachi is all the lost souls, the disembodied souls who are lost and just hanging around. Those are the Pishachis. He is the lord and ruler of both the elephants and the Pishachas, the type of supernatural entity or being. They call it supernatural. Pishachi is basically disembodied spirits which have no grounding in any particular fashion. They're just free spirits. Havanam. Havanam means offering. It's the yajna, the fire ceremony, the act of offering oblations into sacred fire during ritual. Fire ceremonies are an integral part of Vedic tradition. Fire as a means and the vehicle of universal will. That's the way it's seen in the Vedic tradition. That's why we do fire ceremonies, like all the ancient traditions of the world do. Even the indigenous everywhere, even in Africa, do a fire ritual. Even the shamans do a fire ritual. It all originated probably from the Vedic tradition, which dates further back, right? Havyakavyaku, a consumer or the enjoyer of the offerings made in the fire, including both the edible substances, havya, and the poetic hymns, kavya. Kavya means poetry. Havyam, the oblations, offerings made in the fire. The one who is pleased with the offerings made in the fire. Huta priyo. Priyo means one who delights in. Hristo. Hristo is delighted or filled with joy. Hrileka mantra madhyagaha, one who resides within the subtle vibrations or markings of lekha, of mantras, which are filled with divine energy and power. 114. Kshetradhipa kshetrama bharta kshama kshamaparayanah Kshipra kshema karkshema kshonis suradrumaha. Okay, a lot of ksha there. The lord or the ruler of the field or domain, the bearer or carrier of forgiveness and patience, devoted or dedicated to forgiveness, the highest level of patience. Kshama Parayana. Kshama means forgiveness. Shiprakshema Karakshema Nandashoni Suradrumaha. It has to be recited as one. You will see this in all the Sahasranamas. The one who swiftly brings about welfare or well-being. Ganapathi as the bliss derived from peace, security or welfare. Ganapathi as the celestial wish-fulfilling tree. The Kalpa Vriksha also it's called, that grants well-being or security. 115. Dharma Pradat Artha Dharma Kam. Okay. Dharma Pradat Dharma Pradathadartara Kamada Ta Sauma Saubhagyavardhanaha. Okay. Vidya Prado Vibhavado Bhukti Mukti Phala Pradaha. The bestower or giver of righteousness or moral values. The one who gives wealth or prosperity. Ganapathi as a fulfiller of desires and granter of desires. Ganapathi as the enhancer or the augmenter of good fortune or prosperity. Ganapathi as the one who is the bestower or giver of knowledge or education. In astrology, Ganapathi stands for both the Mercury and Jupiter. Vibhavado, bestower of abundance or prosperity. Also Lakshmi there. The giver of both worldly enjoyment and liberation or spiritual liberation. 116. Abhirupya karo Veerashripado Vijaya Pradaha Sarva Varshakaro Garbho Doshaha Putra Pautrataha. Nice. The one who grants the power of assuming various forms or manifestations. The bestower of valor and prosperity. The giver of victory or success. Ganapathi is the one who brings everything under control or governs all beings, all things. Ganapathi is the remover of faults or defects during pregnancy. Garbha doshaha. Garbha means the womb. Dosha means fault in. Putra Pautradha. Putra Pautra, sons and grandsons. Right? He is a granter of sons and grandsons. Medha the Kirti the Shokahari Daurbhagyanashanaha Prativadi Mukashthambo Rushta Chitta Prasadanaha. The bestower of intelligence or wisdom, the giver of fame and reputation. We are talking more on the functional level now, what all Ganapathi does, as in his portfolio. Ganapathi as the alleviator or remover of sorrow. Ganapathi as the destroyer of misfortune or bad luck. Ganapathi as the one who remains firm in the face of opposition or adversity. Ganapathi as the one who pacifies or pleases an angry mind. Parabhichara Shamano Dukkaha Bandha Mokshadaha Lavastruti Kalakashtha Nimeshthas Parakshanaha. Nimeshashta Parakshanaha. Okay. The pacifier or mitigator of betrayal or infidelity. Ganapathi as the remover of sorrow or giver of happiness. Ganapathi as the liberator from bondage or giver of liberation. Lavastruti, blink of an eye, denoting swiftness or rapidity. Kala means art or skill. Kala is basically denotes all forms of art. Music, dance, painting, sculpture, whatever it is. Kashtha is a wood or timber. Nimeshashta parakshanaha, one who perceives or comprehends in the blink of an eye, very quick perception. Ghati muhurta praharo diva naktamaharnisham paksho masa trayanabdha yugam kalpo mahalaya. Beautiful. So we are talking about time, in terms of time. Ghati, he is the unit of measurement of time, approximately 24 minutes. Muhurta, specific duration of time. This is where we get into Vedic astrology, part of Ganapathi. We'll see that more. Muhurta is what Hindus even now follow as the right time to do right kind of things. They have Muhurta for all kinds of functions. Let it be marriage, let it be getting into a new house, let it be getting into a new job, going for an interview, you name it. We use Muhurta all the time. Specific duration of time. Praharo, division of time, approximately 3 hours. Diva, daytime or period of daylight. Naktamaharnisham, night time or period of darkness. Paksho, as a fortnight, specifically the waxing and waning moon phases. Masa means a month. Arthvyanabda, a lunar year which consists of 12 lunar months. Yugam Kalpo Mahalaya. Yuga is a cosmic era or age. I made something on the Yuga in my Lightworker playlist if you want to go through the shift stuff. Kalpo Mahalaya. Kalpa is the cycle of time, an eon or a cosmic day. Mahalaya is the final dissolution of everything. Mahalaya means to destroy, to dissolve. Mahalaya, the great dissolution, the period dedicated to honoring and offering oblations to ancestors, known as Pitru Paksha. That's just a small interpretation. The word Mahalaya means the great dissolution. Rashistara Tithir Yogo Vara Karanamam Shakam Lagnam Hora Kala Chakram Meru Saptarshayo Dhruvaha. Vedic astrology, Vedic astrologers. This is what you need to pay attention to. 101 Vedic astrology. Rashi Tara. Rashi means the zodiac signs. Tara means stars. He is the zodiac signs and stars. Tithir Yogo, lunar day combinations. Tithi. Vara Karanam Amshakam, days. Vara means days of the week. Karanam Amshakam, divisions of the time based on lunar days. If you want to understand Vedic astrology, you have to keep Ganapathi as your boss, as your guru. Lagnam Hora Kala Chakram. Lagna is your ascendant, rising sign in astrology. Hora, division of time or 1/2 of a day. Kala Chakram, the cycle of time. Kala means time, Chakram means wheel, the wheel of time. Meru Saptarshayo Dhruvaha, celestial mountain of Meru, symbolizing stability or immutability. Saptarshayo, the 7 sages. We are all in this planet, apparently by Vedic tradition, descendants of 7 sages after the great dissolution of everything that happened, the great flood, so to speak. It is there in Vedic text also, as it is there in the Bible, the great flood. But according to Vedic texts, the 7 chaps were alive, 7 sages appointed by Vishnu, right? You can look up that. What was the great dissolution as per Vedic texts? Dhruvaha. Dhruva is the North Pole star, symbolizing constancy or permanence. There you go again, Vedic astrology. Rahur Mandak Kavir Jivo Budho Bhauma Shashi Ravihi Kala Srishti Sthiti Vishwam Sthavaram Jangamam Jagat. Rahu, the Rahu, celestial node, right? Node of the moon. Manda, the planet associated with Rahu. Because Rahu always behaves like the dispositor. We have seen this in my channel in the Rahu Ketu series. Kavir Jivo, the planet associated with Jupiter. Kavi, Jiva, Jivakaraka, which is Jupiter again. The planet associated with the concept of life or vitality. Jupiter is also known as Jivakaraka. Buddha is Mercury. Bhauma, the planet associated with Mars. Shashi, Ravi, planet associated with moon, planet associated with sun. Ravi is sun. So he is associated with moon, sun, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Rahu. There you go. Kala Srishti Sthitir Vishwam Sthavaram Jangamam Jagat. Time. Kala is time. Srishti, creation. Sthiti, preservation of the state of being. Vishwam, the universe. Sthavaram, the stationary or immobile beings such as plants. Jangamam, the mobile or moving beings such as animals. Jagat, the entire world or cosmos. Bhurapur Agni Marudvyoma Hamkriti Prakriti Puman Brahma Vishnu Shiva Rudra Isha Shakti Sadashiva. Beautiful. Bhuhu means earth. Bhumi is the earth. Bhu means earth. Bhur Apo. Apo means water. Agni means fire. We are talking about the elements now. The same elements which you use in astrology. Earth, wind, fire, water, ether. See? Marudvyoma, air and ether, sky. Ahamkriti, the sense of ego. One who maintains the sense of I. Who am I? The ego. Prakriti as in nature. Puman, the individual self or the embodied soul. See, Ahamkriti, ego, and the Puman, the individual self as the embodied souls are different things. There's right there the hint. I've spoken of this in some of my channels if you want to go through it. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Rudra, Isha, Shakti, Sadashiva. Brahma, the creator, is the embodiment of Brahma, the creator. Vishnu, the preserver. Shiva, I won't call him the destroyer, the dissolver. Rudra, another name for Shiva, the active form of Shiva. Isha, Shakti, Sadashiva. The supreme being is Isha. Shakti, the divine power. Sadashiva, ever auspicious Shiva. Tridasha Pitara Siddha Yaksha Rakshansi Kinnaraha Siddha Vidyadhara Bhuta Manushya Pashava Khagaha. Devas, the celestial beings, is the ruler of celestial beings. He represents ancestors. Pitara, Pitris, remember Magha Nakshatra? There you go. Ancestors or forefathers. Siddha, perfected beings. Yaksha, type of celestial beings. See, there are so many multi-dimensional beings which are portrayed very clearly in Vedic astrology and in the Sahasranamas. Yaksha is a celestial being. Rakshasa are beings with some very not so savory intentions. Kinnaras, mythical creatures with the body of human and the head of a horse. Remember Ashwini Nakshatra? Siddha Vidya Dhara Bhuta Manushya Pashava Khagaha. Pashava is animals, Khagaha is birds, Manushya is humans, Bhuta spirits or humans. So he's the lord of all of these beings which are listed here, basically. Samudra Sarita Shaila Bhutam Bhavyam Bhavodbhavaha Sankhyam Patanjalam Yogam Puranani Shruti Smritihi. Now we are talking about elements of the earth. First part, Samudra, ocean, Sarita, rivers, Shaila, mountains, Bhutam, the past. Bhutam means past. Bhavyam, the future. Bhavodbhavaha, the present. We call the Bhavat Bhavam in astrology, remember? Sankhyam Patanjalam Yogam Puranani Shruti Smritihi. The Sankhya philosophy of Vedic tradition, Patanjali, the Yoga Sutras, the 8 Ashtanga Yoga, Yoga, the spiritual practice, Puranas, the ancient Indian scriptures, Shruti, the Vedas, Smriti, the ancient texts or scriptures. You can speak a whole lot on Shruti and Smriti itself. Wonderful videos on YouTube. Vedangani Sadacharo Mimamsa Nyaya Vistaraha Ayurvedo Dhanurvedo Gandharvam Kavyanatakam. Vedangani, the limbs or auxiliary disciplines of the Vedas. Ganapathi is supposed to have compiled and written all the Vedas, including the Mahabharata, by the way. Sadacharo, righteous conduct or ethical practices. There has to be some righteousness. Look around us in the world today. There's no sense of ethics or righteous practice. Everybody is just running around headless like Rahu and Ketu, that's it. The study or the investigation of Vedic rituals, Mimamsa, Nyaya Vistara, the extensive system of logic, reasoning. Nyaya also means justice. Ayurveda, everybody knows this these days, even if it's a little half-cooked. Ayurveda, the ancient system of Indian medicine. Dhanurveda, the science of archery and warfare. Gandharvam, the celestial musicians. Kavya Natakam, epic poetry and drama. So like I said in the previous ones also we covered, Ganapathi is the lord of all art forms. Vaikhanasam Bhagavatam Manusam Pancharatrakam Shaivam Pashupatam Kala Mukham Bhairava Shasanam. Vaikhanasa, the school of Vedic tradition where you study. Bhagavatam, Bhagavata Purana, which is the entire life story of Lord Krishna. Bhagavat Purana. We can get the entire volume from ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So they have this entire Bhagavad Purana if you want to buy it off them. Manusham, the Manusmriti, the ancient legal ethical text. This is the text which is quite debated even among Hindu circles. You can go through other YouTube channels for that. Pancharatrakam. The Pancharatra, the set of texts related to temples, how you build temples, how you build the Garbhagudi, how you build it according to Vastu, all of that stuff. Shaivam, pertaining to Lord Shiva, the devotees of Shiva. Pashupatam, Pashupata referring to the Pashupata sect of Shaivism. Kalamukham, Kalamukha is one of the forms or aspects of Lord Shiva. Bhairava Shasana, Bhairava is the form of Shiva which resides above or beyond time itself, which Bhairava people generally say is just fearful. Well, anything beyond time is quite fearful. Shaktam Vainayakam Sauram Jaina Marhata Samhita Sadasadvyaktam Avyaktam Sachetana Chetanam. Okay? Shakta, pertaining to Shakta tradition, is another tradition. Ganapathi is seen as the lord of all of this. That's why we are mentioning this here. And this has Bij mantras in it, by the way. Vainayaka, another name for Lord Ganesha. Sauram, pertaining to the Saura tradition. Jaina Martha, pertaining to the Jain Agamas, scripture revered by the Jains. Sadasadvyaktam Avyaktam Sachetana Chetanam. Existence and non-existence, manifest and unmanifest, conscious and unconscious. So he's the lord of all of them, the boss. Number 128. Bandho moksha sukham bhogo yoga satyamar manur mahan swasti hum phat rada swaha shaushad vashan namaha. Long one, isn't it? Bandho, bondage. He is the lord of bondage, lord of liberation, lord of happiness, lord of enjoyment, lord of union, spiritual practice. He is the truth. He is in the tiniest of atoms and subatomic particles and the greatest of the galaxies. Swasti hum fat swata swaha. This is all Bij mantras. There is not a real meaning if I want to say it here. So, auspiciousness. After this thing, we invoke the auspiciousness part of Ganapathi to be present here. Swasti hum fat swada swaha shaushad vashan namaha. Jnanam vijnanam anando bodha samvit samo samaha ekakshara adhara ekakshara parayanaha. Okay. I think we should be ending with the 129th we are in. Jnanam Vijnanam. Jnanam is knowledge. Vijnana is science, higher knowledge, deeper wisdom. Ananda, Lord of bliss and joy. Bodha, understanding and realization. Samvit, consciousness and awareness. Samosamaha, equal and unequal. Eka means one. Ekaksharadhara, sustainer of single syllable which is Om. Ekakshara parayanaha, devoted to the single syllable of Om. So I shall leave you beautiful people at this time, And tomorrow or day after we'll come back with more on Gapapathi Sahasranama. Meanwhile, take care, be safe, be awesome. Om Shanti Shanti.